taking in this fresh air. You know what I mean? Like, ooh, it feels good. Um, I just wanted to, give thoughts on dog shows. Some people think, I don't like dog shows or I'm not about that. Honestly, I love everything about the game. I love everything about the game. I really love that you can go in on a variety of things and be what what you want to be. It's like what I give it a idea about what I think it's like. It's like being a nurse, right? So I'm only giving that because I'm in the field of the medical field, or doctor. You could be a bone doctor. You can be a doctor for teeth. You can be a surgical doctor. You can be also a plastic surgeon. You know what I mean? You can be so many things, but you're still a doctor. So meaning, as part of the game, I respect the dog show. I respect that they have standards and they hold their dogs to a standard. They have rules, and not you like a place without rules is a place of chaos. It's a place where nothing gets done. But that's what I like about shows, and it brings people together from different cultures, different places. That's what I like about the dogs too. Like, um, when you love a dog, or it's just like cars or anything that brings people together, it's a good thing because it brings different kind of people, and people get to know each other and have a variety of what they're doing, a variety of who they are, and it breaks barriers to a lot of things. So I've been to dog shows maybe like 4 times, and in my experience, I discovered it wasn't something for me. Like I'll tell you why, because I'm so independent and I have ideas. I want to try different things. I felt like being in places like that was limiting to what I'm trying to do, because like I said, like everything has rules, everything has, you know, um, what you got to follow and blah, blah, blah. And when I went there, like for example, I noticed, what's up, Louisville? Bullies and Roddies. What I noticed was some of the winners, but most of the winners were people who been there so many times that it's like you're known. Like if you've ever been to something where you go so many times that you become a regular and then you win. Because there were people with good dogs and there were people with bad dogs, and I won't say bad dogs, but not show dogs, that I thought was like, whoa, you could tell the little things, that I couldn't take um, Juju, or I can't take Thor to a show because they got the little high rear. Thor has the easty westy. You know what I'm saying? So like there were some dogs that had a little bit of that, and then they won over dogs that was correct. And going so many times that I discovered that, oh, it's not really, you don't win most of the time because um, your dog. You win because you've been there so many times. It's like you earn your stripes. It's like a fraternity. You know what I mean? Man, just out here just talking, man, and I'm in the darkness. But like you don't win because of the dog you have. Hold on, I'm gonna get out the darkness. I'm just putting the phone here. You don't win because of the dog you have. You won because you've been there so many times and you get to know the judges and things like that. You know what I'm saying? And it seemed popular because when we go to another dog show, the same people show up. They all knew each other. And then it was like the same people were winning. And it was also a hierarchy of, you know, um, a hierarchy of people who are like, oh, you gotta show me respect because let's say I'm a judge, or show me respect because I'm up here on the totem pole. And me being having an ego and being the person I am, I'm like, I'm not. You're the same as me. You just happen to judge a dog show. I'm not looking for your autograph. I'm not. And I found a lot of people looking for attention from people, and like it gave them life, and that's okay. But I'm saying that just wasn't me. You know what I mean? And I said I met a lot of people where people tell them their dog is not good enough, and then the love is gone. You see that disappointment where you came in with your head up with your puppy, and then somebody tells you, "Oh well, that's not good enough." And if you're not built for it, that's what I'm saying. That's that person's problem, right? Because they're not built for it. But they leave with their head down because they're like, "My dog's not good enough." But I'm more of, I don't care. I do what I do. This is for me. Because at the end of the day, each dog has a flaw, right? My friend doesn't like a correct dog without thickness, bone, and head. He says it looks more like a pit, even if it comes from bullied parents. I have a friend who doesn't like a dog because it's too big, too thick, too much weight. So this whole thing is really on how you feel. But I like shows. I like that it brings people together. I like seeing that it encourages other people to get into dogs. I like that it stops other people from fearing the dog, because we have dogs that other people fear them. And there's like what's it called? A stigma or something, like, oh, they're pit bulls and they're aggressive. Because you find, and another thing is, like, I don't just blame um the money on people abandoning their dogs. Personally, I also blame that when they finally think this dog is not enough, or this dog is not producing what I want, and then they just let it go because they have to please people. Most of the times, every dog that I have, I got it for a reason. Like Juju, when I like when I got her, a lot of people were mad about, oh, they didn't like certain things. But then when I mixed her with Thanos, what's his name? A Golden Boy is perfect. Like, that's my thing. Like, as a breeder, like, to be able to choose what I want and breed it out if I can. If it takes me 5, 10, 15 years, I don't care. Because Thor, because his feet are easty westy, they were like, oh, this is going to cancel your career. What career? This is my career. You understand? This is my career. The dog thing I like. And it doesn't matter what another man thinks about me. That's the thing about the dog show, because, well, I can be a dude with a dog with high drive, and when I go to dog shows and my dog wants to kill every dog there, I can be like, those dogs are not good enough because they're not protective. They're not high drive. They're just sitting there like, like a soldier who's always just like this. And then there's a soldier you put on war. Like, you look good in your uniform, but I can go to war. I can go to the woods and chase something, or I can protect. The only thing you're good for is just standing there. So everything is perceptive. But really, I like dog shows. Stop asking me, I think there's some people who are in the same category as me, where they're just doing their thing, and then they'll listen to people on here on, YouTube, or out there telling them that, oh, they don't like their dog because of something, so they change their mind. I'm not going to listen to a dog show guy telling me my dog is not good enough. You're going to show your dog. I'm going to love my dog. That's why I try to say, like somebody was like, Thor is a pet family dog. Yeah, I sell pets. Yes, that's what I do. I sell pets. You don't have to like it. You don't have to, but that's what I do. Not every dog that I sell, I'm looking to be the next biggest dog. That's where people lose love for something. When every dog you breed, you're like, it's gonna be, the biggest dog, or the craziest dog, or even healthy wise. Like, any dog can get sick. Yes, you choose to go for a healthier dog, but my dog is not suffering. He lives a good life. He's happy. He just happens to, his because what builds that is that his joints grew slower than his bones. So cool. His siblings look perfectly fine. So I'm not worried. People judge me, yes, but I'm strong enough and believe in myself that it doesn't affect me. You know what I mean? It doesn't do anything. But when I went to dog shows, I saw the good part of it, and I won't say the bad part of it, that some people were not built for it. If you're gonna do dog shows, be ready for judgment, but don't let it kill you from wanting to do more dog shows. And when somebody tells you about your dog, don't be discouraged. That's what happens at dog shows. They have standards, and before you buy a dog, if you're going to be in dog shows, go read what the standards are. Go read what they're looking for. Go read how tall, how high, how the feet are, how it's supposed to pose, how the chest is, all that. But don't go around killing other people because they like that stuff and you don't, like that's what it is. It's just like saying if you want to, I don't know, do competitions where dog shows where dogs run and, jump in pools and bite ropes or do anything about that, go look up what that is, what the requirements are, and meet those standards so that when you get there, you don't look like an idiot. And I think that's what a lot of people do in life. They get into things and not look at the standards and requirements of what's required to be there. And then when they get there and they were not ready, they get shamed or they get not put down, but they're not ready. So they look a certain way and then they kind of, oh, I'm I'm sad or I'm mad or I felt like, I wasn't being supported. I felt like I wasn't part of it. Like, you know what I mean? But it's not that. The simple truth is be ready. Stay ready. So when the time comes, you're not judged or you're not, they don't catch you slipping. It's like a gun, rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. But with me, I'm just a dude with dogs and I got my own goals. The only thing I would say is like, yes, I would like my dog to be recognized as, oh, that's a Zulu dog, or oh, he made that dog. Yeah, that's I think that's every dog owner if you're gonna breed a dog. But most of my customers are family, based. So most of my dogs, the people are not gonna be breeding it. Most of my dogs, the people are just loving them, having family fun, and I'm serious. Like it's not breeders like, oh man, I'm trying to change my program, and that's just me being honest. You know what I'm saying? Man, why you asking those questions, bro? I be out here all night long. You know what I'm saying? And but for real though, you know, don't get discouraged. There's nothing wrong with dog shows. There's nothing negative with dog shows. It only gets negative when you take what you think and try to shove it on to another man, or you take what another man says and try to make it personal. Because like I said, when they make the dog shows, they have rules, requirements, and what's needed. And it's your responsibility to go look up what, what I'm saying, you need to do, where you need to do it, and how you need to do it so that you don't get there and look like an idiot. Mr. Zulu Nation don't hate nothing, man. I just hate people who try to shove other people's ideas down other people. I live some things because, like, one question I've asked, and I'll ask you guys, like, so if a dog cannot breed naturally, should it be called unhealthy? You know what I mean? Is it supposed to be called unhealthy? Talking about like Frenchies or exotics or what is it called, microbes, dogs like that. Do we consider those? Who am I to go tell another person not to do that? Who am I to go tell another person that's not good? Because the world is an experience. Even the dog world is an experience. And I keep saying the same thing over and over again when I say game changers are those who change the game. You don't have to like it. You don't have to respect it. But just because another man got to a destination different than you, and you trying to get to that same destination, but they're not taking your road, doesn't mean that they're crazy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, thank you, Mr. Finley. So before Mr. Zulu Nation doesn't hate dog shows. I don't hate anything. I'm just a dude with dogs, And like I told you, the only reason I'm not a dog show person is because I don't like somebody else telling me what to do. I'm not interested in just sitting there putting a dog up and, hey, look. If I have a dog show dog, and would I show it? Sure, but I wouldn't take it that serious to be like, if they didn't like my dog, then I get mad and I take it personal. That's what I'm saying. So it's two ways. You don't take it personal because you're not prepared to go there, and at the same time they can't throw that down your throat to a point where you get rid of your dog, or you think your dog's not good enough, and now you have a dog that when you walked in you had a high chest, and then now you're walking out because some man or person you don't even know, who has nothing to do with your life, gave you an opinion. You know what I'm saying? So like I told you, I'm just a dude with dogs, and I support everything. You want to do protection dogs, you want to do health running dogs, you want to do shows. And because even the show, like for example, one thing I don't understand, and somebody can help me, when I watch the shows on television, right, of other people doing dogs, they show the dog, but they also have him doing obstacle courses to see what their functions are, and like these different categories. But the dog shows I went to, the one of the thing was like maybe pulling, that was like, oh, but that's also was a separate thing of it, like, and this dog shows that I saw, they were like, wear suits, and it was like fancy. But the dog shows that I see over here is just like, you know rap music, all that, and you're just stacking your dogs up, and that's it. You know what I mean? But I've seen pit bull shows, that they do the running, biting the stuff, and showing. So it's a lot of different stuff. But like I said, everybody likes a different soldier, right? Some soldiers on computers, some soldiers, um, yeah, some soldiers are just doing their little marching. Some soldiers go fight. Some soldiers fight planes. So it's on what you want to do. You know what I mean? But before you get into anything, read what is required and what they expect, and that's it. Because even with me, I ain't got no expectations, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a dude with dogs, man. I'm just a dude with dogs, and I've said this on videos before. A lot of my dogs is family liked. Most of my families don't go, how tall is it? Oh, is their chest 6 inches? Oh, this and that. They just see a dog and they're like, you know what? I love him. He looks good. I'm gonna, buy him or her, whatever. That's it. It's not like how every single person, like everybody now has forgotten a dog is a dog. And now every dog is supposed to be some champion dog who's gonna make you famous, or is gonna make you, like a superstar. And if you're looking for that, that's okay too. But I'm just saying, 90% of the dogs, for me, it's just dogs, man. 90% of the families I sell to, they're not looking to go to a dog show. They're not looking for nothing. They're just looking for a loving family dog. And then you'll get those, like I said, like, I don't know, 15%, I don't even know, because I do so much, like, that will be like, hey man, hey, let me see the picture. Oh, like the parents and this and that, because I'll show people good structure, best structure, Thanos and Kali, good, boom, you see them, they look good. And then they'll be like, oh, I don't like that. Show them something from Juju, more chest, have a little high rear, but it's more bully-like, whatever. And they're like, that's what I want. I take Thor, which people who are in shows, or other breeders will be like, that's not a dog to breed. We don't like those dogs. People are like, oh my God, look at him. He's so thick, his bone. Oh my God, his head. He's so buff. He's like this. So everything is actually opinion based, and everything has rules. Like I said, I don't follow those rules because I'm not in those games. I'm not. It didn't excite me. I tried it 4 times and I went, and actually I wasn't showing a dog because I didn't go with my dog, but a friend, Victor, and he was showing his dogs. The guy who got me into Camelot, he was showing his dogs. And what I saw, what happened during the shows, and like I said, it was like a high school. It was like, I saw dogs that didn't deserve to win and they won. I showed dogs that deserved to win and didn't win. And then when I'd go to another show, the guy who's been losing finally wins because I saw him at so many shows he's been going that the judges recognize him. So it's all different. Every dog show is different. Everything, because there's different kind of dog shows. You know, like the ones on TV I see, they wear suits, they're required, it's quiet, nothing, they seats and everybody are watching. And then you get some that hip hop music is playing and all they doing just stacking the dog, you know. So it's what you want to do, you know, what you want to do. But I'm all for it because the more variety, the more we come as a people. The more different people from different places come together and they learn, you know, like let's say white dude, black dude, Mexican, Asian, different cultures, different and from different places, and it brings the love and it gives some people purpose. Like I said, if I didn't have my dogs, I'd be out there doing drugs, wasting the money that I work hard for here, and not, you know, probably not being faithful to my wife or something. Like I just truly believe with the attitude I had when I was younger, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now. But hey, man, Mr. Zulu Nation does not um, hate dog shows. I just don't listen to everybody's opinion, and I don't care because it doesn't make me, you know. But just it's a learn to take things with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? Learn to take things with a grain of salt, and learn to be able to also listen. Like I might not listen to everybody, but I listen and I take things to a certain way. And my thing is experience. You know, like this is not my first rodeo. You know what I mean? Like I've been doing this. And so when I do stuff and other people tell me that's okay, you know. So stay blessed, man. I'm gonna go back in there and chill. It's just something that came on my mind, and I just wanted to talk about it because a lot of people, you know, when they hit me up on Instagram or here and there, they have different topics. You know, people will be like, "Is my dog too tall?" Like one person said, "What's it called? Arizona looks like what's the dog's name? Like a American Bulldog, like because he's so tall." And so, but I'm like, nah, he's just a big bully, and he's on his tall face. Thanos look like that, but then when he hit two, yes sir, remain teachable. When he hit two, he was more bully like. You know, he's just on his lanky stage. You'll see even with Golden Boy, he's the same way. Like Golden Boy already looks bully more because of Juju, but the all the other dogs that I have from, man, hey, add me on hey, hit me on Instagram, bro. Hit me on Instagram and I'll hit you right now, bro. Roddies and bullies. Hit me on Instagram and I'll hit you right now, bro. But for real, man, love your dogs. That's the whole thing I'm gonna say. Love your dogs. Don't let nobody tell you your dog ain't good enough. Some people are doing this stuff to be famous and recognized, so they don't want to associate with some people. Some people are putting on a character because they have to be that because it's for what they're pushing with the dog. So if oil and water don't mix, you go ahead and be oil, let the other person be water. Stop trying to please everybody. Stop trying to have everybody always agreeing with you. It's okay to be different. This is Zulu Nation, baby.